Welcome to What's New in Burbank. Nearly 300 people filled the Burbank Fire Training Center to honor 17 graduates of the Firefighter Recruitment Academy on Thursday, May 7th. Before taking an oath to serve in their respective departments, 9 future firefighters for Burbank and 8 for Glendale were required to complete a strenuous 15-week training program. The trainees learned a multitude of skills, including urban and wildland firefighting techniques, search and rescue procedures, how to handle hazardous materials, and emergency medical services, to name a few. The ceremony featured several short speeches, including inspiring messages from the fire chiefs of both cities.
As I told them, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And by graduating the academy today, they've taken that first step, and their destiny really lies within themselves. And I told them that they're about to embark on a most fabulous journey in a truly noble profession.
Following the ceremony, the graduating class moved outdoors to demonstrate some of the skills they amassed since the first day of training on January 26th. The Burbank Boys and Girls Club has a new garden thanks to the graduates of this year's Leadership Burbank class. The safe and educational area was unveiled at a May 8th ribbon cutting.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
The kids at the club could never make use of the front yard on Buena Vista Street due to traffic and safety concerns, but they can now, as the renovations include landscaping, a fence, and a new sign making the club more visible in the community.
Over here we had a lot of grass, not much going on. There wasn't a fence, none of that was here. What we did was we put in these planter boxes so we can get some plants going on here. We put bark all over so it'll be a little bit nicer for the kids to be able to play around.
On behalf of the City of Burbank, I thank you for all your hard work, dedication, and service to our community. Signed the 8th day of May 2015 by Bob Frutos, Mayor of the City of Burbank. Thank you.
Put it right in that area right there. The members you'll speak to here, a lot of them have the same thing in common. The reason why they come here is because they feel like this is home. So essentially you're saying we're bringing the garden to their home. Okay, the Boys and Girls Club is their home, and we want them to feel comfortable in their learning environment. So yes, we are bringing a garden to their house. The Boys and Girls Club is home.
Leadership Burbank is a community-based organization that offers a 9-month leadership training program for people who live or work in Burbank. The 12th annual Student Design Competition honored 2 first-place winners this year. As always, this battle of creativity and intelligence was sponsored by the Building Division of Burbank's Community Development Department, the Burbank Public Works Recycle Center, and Burbank Water and Power. BWP, in fact, supplied the $3,000 in prize money for the first, second, and third place finishers in the form of a BWP Environmental Scholarship. Out of a record 101 entries this year, there was a 5-way tie for third place, a 2-way tie for second place, and a 2-way tie for first place. The judges were architect and former Burbank Mayor Jeff Vanderboort, landscape architect Jeff Maxwell, and judging remotely Pete Nelson from the Animal Planet reality show Treehouse Masters. The competition gives local high school students the opportunity to explore the fields of architecture and environmental design. There's a new theme every year. This year, students designed a treehouse for everyday living.
The projects were evaluated based on their creativity, the environmental design, the programming, which is how well you designed a tree house itself, the site planning, and then the presentation and workmanship.
Certainly you guys show how much fun it is to build models on how to create projects, and whether or not your passion takes you to the field of design or architecture or environmental design, just doing it, just participating and creating is what life is all about.
The 2 first-place finishers both hailed from Burbank High School.
I'm an artist and I took art for 2 years, over 2 years. And I always had this idea of creating a treehouse. Came up with some ideas from my old paintings. And it was very exciting to have this opportunity to express myself and express my creativity and my art.
When I was first thinking about the design of my treehouse, I was thinking about the flower, the lotus, and afterwards I thought about how I can create it into a postmodern design. And I thought about the different ways you can incorporate it and how it could fit in the tree specifically in a very hexagonal shape.
Now is the time prescribed by the City Charter for the reorganization of the City Council.
The City of Burbank has a new mayor after the 5 members of the Burbank City Council elected Bob Frutos to the post during the Council's annual reorganization meeting on Friday, May 1st. This is Mayor Frutos' first time in that top position since he was elected to the Council in 2013. After taking a seat at the dais, Mayor Frutos began his one-year term with a few comments.
I repeat, I encourage all residents to get involved and stay engaged. Take part in local government. Take part in the process. Attend our city council meetings and let us hear your voice.
Also during the reorganization meeting, the City Council voted to appoint Councilmember Jess Telemontis to the position of Vice Mayor. Burbank Mayor and Vice Mayor serve for 1 year and are chosen every May 1st from among the 5 City Council members. The meeting was also the last for Gary Brick, who left the Council after serving 2 full terms for a total of 8 years. Mr. Brick did not seek re-election to a 3rd consecutive term. His former seat is now held by Councilmember Will Rogers, who was sworn into office that day, along with Emily Gable-Luddy, who begins her 2nd term on the Burbank City Council. Rogers and Gable-Luddy were the top 2 vote-getters in the city's general election in April. If you would like to watch the reorganization meeting, you can do so on demand by going to the city's website, burbankca.gov. This May, the Burbank Public Library and the Recycle Center will sponsor a series of programs that explore simple living practices. Simple Living Saturdays will be held each Saturday in May at the Burbank Central Library. Filled with hands-on activities and practical information, the programs and workshops are perfect for anyone who wants to learn about leading a more sustainable lifestyle. So come out each Saturday in May and learn about simple living practices such as organic gardening, water capture, backyard composting, and car-free transportation. The workshop on Saturday, May 2nd is a how-to demo on preserving and canning, followed by a talk on simple living with author Casey B. Davis. A composting workshop and a bike tune-up and repair clinic will be held on Saturday, May 16th, followed by a discussion on practical issues related to biking. And on Saturday, May 30th, speakers from the California Master Gardeners Organization will discuss techniques, offer demonstrations, and provide seed packets to help beautify your garden and home. All Simple Living Saturdays events are free and begin at 10 a.m. at the Central Library, located at 110 North Glen Oaks Boulevard. I'm Peter Masurlian, and this has been What's New in Burbank.